Welcome to Living Your Vision. Woo! I feel like I can't believe the day is here. Is that how you feel?
It's amazing. It's been a journey to get here. It's been so cool. And I'm on your page too. I'm totally with you. Can't believe it.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes, welcome. We're so excited you're all with us. And this video, we're going to introduce ourselves. So I am Shannon White, and I, how did I get here? I went to Hogwarts, or AKA SWIHA, starting in 2007 for the purpose of going to learning polarity therapy. So I took that journey, taught that there, and then went off and like explored some other stuff. And when 2020 hit, I've primarily supported myself through massage. And when 2020 hit, I wasn't doing that for about 5 months. And I started the internal journey of how do I want to integrate what I've done and where I've been and who I am and what I want to offer the world. And I've just had such a strong feeling of like I have shit that could help people. And
Yes,
I
you
want to
do.
get it out there. I want to spread the seed of like, this could help you. If you're in anything that you don't want to be in, or if you're uncomfortable or, having a hard time, like being in the realm of choice, which is a really big deal for me. Like I have something that could help. And so I have spent the last 4 years of, figuring out different ways of integrating this and offering it up. And this is the current incarnation of that. And I'm so happy to be doing it with Kim. I love collaboration. And so this is a journey, it's about stepping into a vision, stepping into something that's been calling to you, and also just like helping yourself. And it's like little incremental doses that are very powerful and potent. And I just cannot wait to play with you all and play with Kim.
Yeah. So, Shannon, I'm just curious. Could you share some of the other things that you've gone out and learned? Just tell us a little bit more about your dimension because you have gone out and learned so many different things. Just wondering about a few of the other ones.
Sure. I found myself in 2016. I had been teaching polarity for several years and I didn't want to anymore. And I kind of lost touch with like my desire, my internal desire. And it was a really challenging place because I've always been a person who like something comes in and I know to follow that thing. Something comes in and I know to follow that thing. And I didn't have it. And I found I started getting these like external signs pointing me to Mama Gina's School of Womanly Arts. So that was a big revolution. Um, and her thing is all about the pussy and women getting and like getting in contact with that as a source of power and pleasure, and then moving like shifting your life from that position, that place. And it was really amazing and really powerful. And I definitely integrated some of that. And then I found this other person's teachings from there. Her name is Kasia Urbaniak, and she is it's like a theme here. She's a former dominatrix who also knows like energy medicine. She also studied to be a Taoist nun. And her way of teaching is like the way that I really love. It's the simple, effective, like that's what I try to bring to people now. Um, and so she did some really amazing things, and some were in person, some were online. Um, and hers was about like power. So like power with your body, power with men, power with money, power with whatever. So that's kind of her lens. And I love all that. And also I love always, always, always all the elements of polarity, all the like somatic things that I know and have used, and dance and movement, and just the things that help me find myself when I am not sure where I am or what direction I'm pointing or whatever. So it's a combination of
Yeah, it is.
a couple decades of stuff. Yeah.
And I'm listening to you, and it's just, it kind of reminds me, like, I've never thought of it this way, but just listening to you talk and having spent this time with you as we brought this project together, I'm very aware and admiring your ability to be, just to take all of these very fluid things, things that have a lot of breath and many different ways they could go, and tons of different expressions, and organize them into ways that can like serve you in your life. Like, there's nothing, these things have structure, they have organization, the way you bring them, but they're also so dynamic and so dimensional. And you're like got this like superpower of being able to organize it all without making it fixed, without making it like it has to be linear and this is the way you do it and da 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 da. Like, it's the total opposite, but it's really just, I don't know, there's something when my nervous system gets soothed when I hear that, okay, wait a minute, we're going to deliver these beautiful dimensional, all these different ways in a clean and clear and grounded way. And that's just that. Yeah, that's my Shannon.
I was actually just saying this morning to a friend of mine, I was like, you bring creativity and organization together, and that's where I am. Like, that's my shit.
Yes, yes.
That's my shit. I love it.
My shit. That's my shit. Everybody, my name is Kim Pinkley, and I started this like crazy healing journey, well, so many, many moons ago. I just remember having all kinds of existential thoughts before I knew what existentialism was. And I feel like throughout my life, the theme has been seeker and wanting to find the truth and wanting to speak the truth once I had some idea of what it is. And I have been blessed along the way by several different really amazing teachers that have brought in all kinds of ways to help be with and process your life and find truths and integrate them and move from them. And so for me, I'll tell you, it was an interesting journey. My childhood was kind of like, heavy, dark, like, get me out of this place as soon as possible. And then I came into some of these spiritual teachings that I've found throughout my life. I came into polarity therapy. I became a massage therapist almost 30 years ago, and started just feeling and learning and hearing different echoes and different possibilities. And I went from this place of like, get me out of this world to, okay, well, it's not so bad here. I can wait it out. And then, like, lo and behold, as I continue to dabble with all of this medicine, I am now like, wow, this is a beautiful life. This is a beautiful planet. And if you have a decent amount of perspective and paradigm, this is a beautiful world. And this has been my journey. And from the start, I would have never guessed I would have come here and found this place that feels like I'm ready to integrate. I'm ready to not only integrate all the crud and crap, but how do I take that and actually transmute it and like take that energy, that gnarly energy, and bring it out into its positive pole in the world. And it was, of course, like I would say, polarity therapy is what changed my life. When I understood that I could process my life, when I understood that there was more to it than just the negative pole or just the positive pole. There's a neutral pole, and all three poles talk to each other, and the medicine in that. And what would I say? I would say that really what has become most important to me at this point in my life is all of the tools, just like Shannon was saying, that I've gathered they've been so transformative, and they've changed it. They've changed my life to a place that I like to be in, and a place where I decide more than defer, and I get to come into expression in ways that I have never, like, I wasn't able to do before, whether I was scared, whether I was just like a wet blanket, whether I couldn't imagine that it was possible because I'd never seen it done or modeled to me. This is what's changed my life, and be able to share this with people, and to be able to see others get to come into their passions, their expression, is what brought us here together. For me, that's what brought me here. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Love that. Decide rather than defer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
thing.
something I was describing this like we get in these spaces and then we can shift out of them like a millimeter and then we can see the space we were just in. We're like, oh, and like that's a space that I recently have like shifted even more out of. And I'm like, oh, right, like I could choose more and 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 defer less. Um and I feel like that's what we're calling to the table for ourselves and for the people who are joining us right now.
I agree. I was listening to something and this morning, and I just thought it's so true. And it's kind of like obvious if you ever stop to think about it. But if you think about what it was like 75 or 100 years ago, people were born into their lives, and it was like, okay, this is the lot I've been, these are the cards I've been dealt. I just deal with it. And people didn't really, like, it wasn't very common to like move away from your home. You would stay in the same place your whole life there for whatever the reasons were, right? And we're in a different time right now. We are absolutely like in a space where you could travel easily, where you have information, obviously, that was not available, where consciousness has evolved. And there's a certain amount of conscious abundance that allows for us to do this journey, for me, from deferring to deciding. And honoring that. I think for a minute in my life, I almost felt guilty around it. There's a place where it's like you could just, the whole Zen thing or the whole like Buddhist thing, just be content with what you have and be grateful. And sure, you could do that. And I am that. I mean, I lived a lot of my life in that space. And I'm not that. I am that. And I also have choice. I also can go have the life I want. So, yeah.
Will you also share your other medicine? Because we obviously met in Polarity Land, but you have other things that you've explored
Yeah.
as well. Will you share that too?
Right. Yeah, I have such reverence for Native American medicine. I have had a beautiful teacher, Heather Principe, and who has been so patient with me throughout the years, because we come in to, okay, I came into this work with such a frazzled mind, with so many thoughts, thoughts. I have a million thoughts and I have so much to say. But in the native world, it is not like that. You kind of just shut up, like, and you listen and you feel. And that was a new thing for me. And to become so related to the earth, to nature, to that frequency that is like a lower vibration, slows everything down, calms your nervous system, allows you to stop and look around and listen and be. And be silent, man. That was a big one. It's a big medicine for me. I hope to be able to share more of this with you guys, and the medicine that has come through from the native teachings that I've been gifted through the Cree tradition, as we continue with this journey, because again, they, in a different way, I want to say they settled me enough so that my life could change. I could get still and I could sit with things in a different way. And when I say observe, observe with all of my listening skills, without, like, not just my ears, not just my eyes, but what about my body? What am I feeling? What am I noticing? What am I noticing when this happens? And how does this relate to this in my life? And how does nature reflect our world? So yeah, thanks for giving me a chance to talk about that too. I love that. And I feel myself changed, like my whole voice slowed down, I got a little deeper. So I just, yeah, I honor those teachings too.
And I love that. Just like I feel like heart energy just through my whole
Mm, mm.
area right now, just hearing you talk about that. Well, that's us. Anything else you want to share about our own selves?
Hmm. I do want to just share too. I want to just say, like, we kind of organically have been communicating back and forth, dialoguing with each other, but I just want to like honor in the moment how complimented I felt putting this together with you, like this way of how we complement each other and how we fill in each other's gaps. And I'm just really looking forward to more of that and to the growth of that. And I love as well being in collaboration. And I always find that when I do something in collaboration with another person, especially one that I love and that I get along with, that it changes the room too. Everybody else gets to have such a bigger experience. The paradigm of what is taught, you're getting to hear it through different perspectives. And we have the same understandings, but our ways of delivering it help the teachings grow. And so I'm looking forward to that with you too, Shannon.
Yeah,
Yep.
same
So
sister.
get ready, y'all. Get ready.
All right, we'll see you in the next video.